takes that long. I know this is how P's think, you know what I'm saying? And if somebody watching this and you know that, baby, just put it in the chat and say it's Mace lying. And then another thing I want to look at in this whole entire case, right? I heard something about 50 or 25,000 a cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
That's what she texted him. She need 25,000 per cheek.
What are you doing with a cheek to pay 25? No, this is a lot. This is a lot to unpack. Just really thinking about it from an objective point of view. We pray all of this is like a fallacy or some kind of hoax or something like this, because he was about to get a bunch of money, and you know when you're about to get a bunch of money, people that hate on you just wait until you're about to get that money and rain on your parade. But we can't say that, and that's why I wanted to say it again. Stats opinion. I knew when I said that she was gonna go, yeah. No, you can't be on your way to 100 million. I keep telling Killer, right? And niggas picking these kind of girls. You can't do that. We talked about this.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilling, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Is that the one like when people show their feet?
You can. It's whatever you...
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
We can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special team, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Listen, I'm going to court. You gotta get it through the courts.
Yeah, listen.
That's how you supposed to do it. I'm not
They'll go right back to Pierce. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Stroud to throw it.
Personal opinion is what I was rocking with.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
able to fight through one tackle. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And we talked about it last week. The pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they've played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. Oh, nifty juice there.
That makes fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I thought he did a nice job there setting the edge to make sure nothing can get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
27.
Jay-Z. When he heard about Jay-Z, he said, the guy I know, this is not true.
Now Mahomes.
Shit, and he was like,
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So nothing doing there. And it'll be fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing the pass supposed to mean you've been downfield and getting yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost
I'm not
yardage.
saying that you're wrong for that. I'm saying I would have thought that the same
So
standard.
now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
That's what he said.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be brought down with the first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. A gain there of 21 yards.
So I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First and 10, it's Pierce. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzes, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Third and 2. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins from 6 yards away. And the Texans are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Short one there to Fryermuth. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. And in the first quarter he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. So when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? He's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, Especially against a big body guys in the middle of this day, it's got to be priority one.
Yeah. Last thing I'll add,
On second
2025,
down,
I
here's
said before, I'll
Mahomes.
say it again, Healy, hope you can
He's
figure
got
it
his
out.
tight end
There's a lot
Freiermuth
going on,
over the
and
middle.
Robinson's
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
I don't know how it's going to go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass
Say
taken
that.
in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
They often hear the phrase short-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They didn't have the same upbringing. So their mindset is to do whatever you ask, because when it goes wrong, they're going to want their
Here's a
half.
2nd and 5.
I'm not going to just say it's just a snow thing. Even just to this case, like ESPN, like,
Once again,
if
they
you are
run with
working for
Mixon.
Disney, there's no
And he's
Disney
going to
after
take it
all. Like,
into
you
the
have
end
to know
zone for a
I'm
Chiefs
saying,
touchdown.
like, you got to control your
Joe
hand. Like,
Mixon,
certain people can do different
5-yard
things. You
touchdown
can't do
run.
that.
And the
There,
Chiefs
now
are an
let me
extra
know.
point away from evening this one up.
Now look cool.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I-formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt, he's an extra blocker. He did his job well on that play.
He has another show somewhere. He has like 4 or 5 different shows, and the money that he's being offered has nothing to do with ESPN. So if this money,
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
but this contract that he's about to negotiate is for more than shows.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Diggs going in motion right. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Start paying attention, fellas, when they're telling you it's a silver suit. Don't feel like that's just a silver suit.
Pierce gets this one running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
But if they really have a text or really have a message, and it's
Stroud.
like, I don't know what to do.
Now inside the 25. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. For sure.
Like my dad would say sometimes, I'm just trying
We're going to make it happen.
to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hit your defense.
Not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard or about the 2.
Good work there, holding him out on
second down. It's Stroud. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to widen their advantage. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Houston touchdown. How does the Texans kick team as they send this one away?
The Rockets beat the Warriors 109-94.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Mason, he isn't available for the next games.
The Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive. You may watch the other side just score, but remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time, so they haven't been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field. And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well for a solid gain.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Be able to keep up scoring-wise with this young Rockets team. You got
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
He's serious about the playoffs, and just with the last calls of that Rockets team, if you take
It'll go as a gain of 10 on the Kansas City first down.
it seemed like the Warriors become super small, and I know Stephen Curry can work
Second
miracles,
quarter from
but not
KC.
every
It's the
not
Chiefs
every
in
night he'll
possession
get
of
a
the
few
football.
games that he'll get. But if
After
they don't
one,
get Jimmy Butler back
14-6
in the
our
next 2
score
games, they're
on
out of here.
EA Sports. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Mahomes now on first down. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw. Football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now this throw caught left side, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Chiefs are back within a couple of the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break through.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly, and oftentimes on the move, when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. They'll send Rice in motion. Mahomes will throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure if they're going to catch the ball, you can catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Too many balls, fresh legs for them. And without Jimmy Butler, it's going to be a problem because he's
on the ground. It's Pierce to begin the drive. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge. Stroud on 3rd down now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Nuggets met their match will discuss Clippers versus Nuggets after the break.
Deontay Johnson, 72 yards, and the Texans have taken the lead.
Welcome back. So I want to discuss game 2 of the Clippers versus the Nuggets. Because Clippers beat the Nuggets 105-102.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Mace, from what you've seen,
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
I'm ready to see that just yet. You know, it seemed like
This taken in right around the goal line.
The Clippers are playing well, but
and no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
That's not the normal game he normally has. But it's still a
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 54 yards on the ground in his first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good game again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Pacheco gets it, tries the left side. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. He had to fight for every yard on that run. Took himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort he'll take every single time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense. Absolutely. He created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line.
That was really important that game, early in the game. That they had a fast break.
And it's fielded at the 34.
And they passed it.
And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to a fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat. Has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tire.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle end up making a play.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This has been now able to up tonight for new and existing customers who will sign up with any of our promo codes. Can't use any of the buttons to take advantage, but it is now promo, so make sure
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
we got to
And a
talk
hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
That's a run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he's able to go
that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have provided
So they got that one, Charles, against the
How do you feel about
Let's
Nico
remember how
basically saying,
difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose, you got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick it to the wall through that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Then that also speaks to his value.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
Nico could say he did not know that
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
player were to this
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
because everything about this franchise was built on Luka for the last couple of years. This
Looking
is the
to
guy
throw is
that's
Mahomes.
behind Michael Jordan.
He'll check this one
He
down to
just passed
Pacheco.
Michael Jordan in
All
points.
the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
When you trade
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Especially when the players are Caucasian. Just think back whether you're talking about Steve Nash,
Mixon.
whether you're talking about
He's in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
He got a statue outside, and Luka was the next to have a statue
This
outside.
power football there, down near the goal line. Either two of them, he's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen coming out and report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra play by Bucker is on target. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into kicks away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Stroud working out of the gun. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they'll go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who don't stinker and sweat the small stuff.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Mahomes. Got a man and he hits him in stride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. On 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is 2nd and 8.
You guys, real quick, Cam, just the thing that you said about his soft-spoken voice, that was cracking me up.
Now here's Mahomes.
I thought maybe he was from somewhere else. I saw he's from Washington because he has no grit in his voice.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop made at the Texans' 12-yard line.
That's how he sounds, right?
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's caught at the 2. And the inside to 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Joe Mixon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Pressure on for the PAT.
Because I know that. I'm just saying he have no grit in his voice.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
You don't sound like a GM. I can't tell what he's supposed to sound like.
Total 8 plays. And it all culminated in the
Okay, so
touchdown
his second
run
words,
coming
like I
from
said,
Joe
words
Mixon.
were
Now
not being
after the
nice.
touchdown,
They
here's
asked him
Butker
directly
on to kick
why
it away.
he shouldn't be
just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So we are halfway home to figuring out. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Nobody did that. When you're selling a dream, you know when people have bought the dream because they
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's to the 30. It'll be second down.
Good credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback action. You know they're starting to cut through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll roll him out right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly that. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get it down.
And a good roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And some room to work. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear of his body just go away. He's running with purpose now. And that's a heck of a run.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. In motion left goes Allen. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. After the penalty, it's Mixon, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Mahomes now to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
114 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys to the Super Bowl. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. A give to the fullback on the dive. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Brandon, you know we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
This nigga ain't never beat the allegations.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
This nigga ain't never beat the allegations.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Mix it up the middle. And
come on, bro. 2nd
yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Travis Kelce, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. Complete. It's Johnson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 22. A strong running. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
Come on.
And fights through one man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive. It's a quick 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop?
Fucking course.
On 1st down, Mahomes being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
3rd down and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That is caught. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Well, they showed a 5 receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre and post snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs 1st down as he's down to the 11. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running left, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Diggs in motion left. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Stroud. He finds his man Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5.
Damn it.
Down to throw it. And Diggs has it. 2nd catch in this AFC title game, but he's got a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. Here comes the 8th play of the drive.
Come
and they need
on,
a full
bro.
10 yards on 3rd down. And Stroud now to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And he's taken down inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Stroud out of the gun here. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And
one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
It's caught inside the 25. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A big play there for KC. 53 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. Going to set him up with
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So it winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a 1st down. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Mixon again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Mixon trying to punch it in, and this time he is in. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Chiefs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Stroud now on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Stroud finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And for that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 32. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone is told.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number 1, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. There he goes, right side. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
Akers will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Now their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. They'll pass there over the middle to start things out. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw out wide is incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 12. They're going to look to throw. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd and 4. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, it's Stroud. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Chiefs are AFC champs as we say goodnight, everybody. And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
What's up, girl? Give it up for the ladies. Bishop and Sadie. I'm gonna take you outside, don't worry. What's up, baby girl? Hey, get off of there. Nasty ass. Oh, I don't care either way. This is gonna be a good game. What I say? Clinton Johnson made the Pro Bowl? Oh yeah, AFC, bro. Oh, about one possession. Damn, boy, had no turnovers. Pro Bowl. Stop. Come here, Bishop. MVP again. That's disrespectful, bro. That shit dope.